If you want, I can give you the after, because we had the before in the previous satsang.
Yes, my dear, of course. We'd love to hear that.
Should I give you?
Yes.
So you should watch the two videos. That's before, and this is after. I don't know who you're speaking to in the room, but last night in satsang, Muji said, and this is a direct quote because it landed so deeply with me, because somebody said to him, well, then there's nothing I can do. And he said, there's nothing that you can do to be yourself, but there's something you have to notice to stop being who you are not. And that, if there's anything that you have to do, is all you have to do. You have to just constantly notice what you are not. So there's not really a doing to become what you are, because you are already that, you know. So it like stayed in my brain, and I can't even remember something I did a minute ago. So it must have stayed in my brain for whoever you're talking to. And my report is a few things about that particular satsang. One of the main observations I have about it, and if anyone is watching this for the first time, it's a satsang we had a few days ago, and it's called What's the Point? And it's called What's the Point because that was what was going on in my mind the whole time, and I kept saying it, what's the point, what's the point? A few things. The first thing is, it was like I had absolutely no control over the tantrum that was being thrown. And I really, you know, I must have got like 100 messages saying thank you. And I really, in some weird way, believe that it was like a meant to happen kind of thing, you know, because, yeah, it's very unusual for that level of mind stuff to come. And it was the greatest blessing. First of all, the greatest blessing was that I could bring it to you. I love you so much for that, and I appreciate you so much for that. Because if I had gone through that alone, I'm not sure that I would have come out the other side with so much peace and love like I did, you know. And it was just because you kept like just staying on point with me, you know, which I don't think people do on their own. So I just first want to say thank you for that, you know. And like a mind attack just before retreat, because I think I could feel something was coming, you know, and I was having a lot of resistance, and a lot of, like, I was really believing the negative thinking in my mind about the teaching. So I think it was the first time in my life that I really went negative on all of the teaching, and it was bringing me to such a point of despair. And it literally took about 5 minutes of Muji talking for it to just like vanish in retreat. But it started on the day with you that I spoke to you, and even though your pointings irritated me, you know, because it's like, yes, I've heard these things a million times, and they're not working, they're not working, they're not working, you know, I kept on saying that to you. It doesn't work with me, and don't tell me that, you know. It still worked. It worked because you kept asking me, and I just didn't have the answers. But what also worked in the middle of all of it was this beautiful grace of satsang sort of descended, and I just stopped believing what I had been believing. And I'm so grateful to you. And I'm so grateful to Muji because one of the biggest points in that whole sort of like pity party that I had was about the despair that I feel for the ego never going to go away, you know, and for it always to come up like a troublemaker. And I feel like I have no control over that. But Muji said in retreat, and it feels like every day he talks to me about this, and he talks directly to my heart about this every day. But he really, like in the first 15 minutes, he was talking about you choose. You choose. Every second, every moment, you choose. And at those particular moments, I was choosing to listen to my thoughts and my thinking about the teaching instead of choosing my place where I am. And it just, he said that and it just turned. It like switched it all off. And I just, you know, I just choose differently now. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be perfect and for every moment I'm going to, you know, like choose properly. And I'll probably come to you with some kind of, you know, drama. But I know what I am. And what I am is peace and joy and beauty and so much love, and I'm going to choose that